Hey guys, what's up? It's Castle Harmony here. How you guys doing today? And if you're looking at the screen right now, you will see this beauty right here, which is a beehive, which is where you can fight the queen bee. Obviously, the queen bee is in multiple areas, and obviously, totally not that hard to find because they're big honeycomb type things. But you can actually craft something to summon them, which is the Abomination. And if you summon it, I don't even think you can. I think you have to summon it in the jungle. So let me go to the jungle, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so I finally got it, and this is what the queen bee fight pretty much is. You have to pretty much fight them in here because this is where they actually spawn. They will die, and they will drop honey things. Consumes hive to place honey. So it's actually not that bad. Ooh, godly bee's knees as well. So we're gonna fight him again, just because I feel like it. Because that fight didn't last long at all. Dead. Yeah, and guess you got the bee shirt and the bee gun, as well as bee nade. Now the bee nade is really interesting because when it explodes, it obviously, as the name would imply, summons bees. Now, the bees will die, however, if you do end up fighting them, or if you end up throwing them into water, which is the one thing that this entire set lacks as an entire con, is the fact that if you're even near water, this will be half as effective. Now, for instance, the legendary beekeeper, when you hit an enemy, it summons bees to fight for you. Okay? So, as you see, a bee just flew off and now is looking for an enemy. Now, this is a friendly bee, the one that we're following on my crosshair. But they don't last that long, however. So, it is weird to actually use this weapon. Also, late game, obviously, this is not going to do too much damage. And while, at least when you're in the jungle, when most things fly around, you are going to have not a fun time. Now, also, one other thing that this lacks is you cannot turn around while using this weapon. Once you aim that way, you have to continue to aim that way until you release the trigger and turn around. Which, again, is a complete con. But early game, when you aren't really having to deal with most hard mode enemies, this is pretty overpowered because the legendary version does do 40 damage, which is a ton early game. However, this does drop off between late game and late game. Obviously, you can kind of get away with this when you first beat the Wall of Flesh, although I would not use it to beat the Wall of Flesh, just because you want something that really wants to keep your distance in order to fight them. Now, the problem with this big weapon is, especially if you are in the jungle and there are bees flying around, you won't know if it's friendly bees or not. So obviously, if I hit this, it spawns friendly bees. But I killed them because I was swinging while, obviously I was doing other shit. Which is, that's pretty much what it is. Sometimes it's really hard to figure out if they're your bees or not, and obviously you will find out sooner or later when you actually go to fight them and you die. But anyway, that's it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit the like, favorite, and subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys in the next video.